I've been complaining about my hot flashes. For the uninitiated, here's how they operate. Now keep in mind, I drive a lot, so this often happens in the car, but not always. First, there's this sense of, whew, is it getting hot in here? If I'm in the car, I turn down the heater. Then everything gets really hot in here, and it feels like my clothes are burning my skin. Sometimes it even feels like my skin is burning my skin. Then the air gets really hot, and I'm kind of afraid it'll set my hair on fire. And then whoosh, the heat goes up to the head and let the perspiration begin. Oh my God. It rolls out of my hair, down my neck, down my back. It rolls into my butt crack. Collects on my upper lip. Then it gets really intense for a bit and then it fades. I'm damp and usually cold. Well, now it doesn't always just happen in the car. Recently I was at a bar. Whew. Guy next to me. I'm like, honey, I'm not hot for you. I'm just hot. This is no way to live. So I decide to seek some relief. Starting with my doctor. He gives me a long technical explanation of menopause, which is such an awful freaking word. A woman did not make up that word. Anyway, he says, Christine, menopause is not a disease. Take this pill twice a day, it'll help. Well, menopause is not a disease, so Blue Cross didn't cover it. I write him a check, and I go off to my nutritionist. Now, she's the Ayurvedic kind, so she reads the 7 layers of my pulse and declares my constitution Vata, which means cold and dry. She says my hot flashes are empty heat, and I should eat a lot of limes and Celtic sea salt. It's true. Add tequila, I'm a party. I write her a check, and it's off to the chiropractor, who pounds on my liver and tests my muscles and cracks my back and says there's absolutely no reason for you to be having hot flashes. But take these supplements, they'll help. I write him a check, and now armed with my hormones, my margarita mix, and my supplements, off to the yoga teacher. Now she's like this big around. And she's so flexible she can hook her leg over her shoulder and tuck her foot into her back pocket. Now this really pisses me off because she pretty much expects me to do it too. So anyway, she says, Christine, you've got to stop hating your hot flashes. It's your kundalini rising. I'm like, huh? She says, no, you're coming into your power. What the hell does that mean? Did I like reach superhero status? It's a bird, it's a plane, no, it's menopause woman. Breaks out in a sweat faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a gas furnace. Able to leap tall men in a single bound. But seriously, easy for her to say. She's not having them. But you know, actually, I'm kind of curious about this kundalini and, you know, what is it and why is it rising? And so I write her a check and I go off to balance my checkbook, and while I'm online, I find a definition of kundalini. I'd like to share that with you now. Kundalini is a psycho-spiritual energy aroused either through spiritual discipline or spontaneously to bring new states of consciousness. Now, as you see, I've highlighted the key words for your convenience. Let's take them one at a time. Psycho. Hot flashes make me crazy. And if they're empty heat and I can still feel them, I must be losing my mind. Aroused. Now it may look like I'm aroused when I'm having a hot flash, but I can tell you an orgasm is a lot more fun. Now if I could figure out how to trigger an orgasm when I'm having a hot flash, yeah, you're on it, it would be marketable, huh? And last, spontaneously, yes, these hot flashes showed up 10 years ago and they come and go as they please, just like my ex-husband. No logic or consistency. Well, there's one thing that's consistent though. They are never in my feet. Which really pisses me off. It'd be so helpful in the winter. But you know, back to the yoga teacher. She's saying this like it's a good thing that's coming into my power. Like these are not your mother's hot flashes. My mother never had hot flashes. She never went through menopause, I don't think. She might have gone through the change, but I don't really know. She never had any bodily fluids or functions, that much I know. She doesn't even have a vagina. Oh, you think I'm kidding? None of the women in our family have vaginas. We have We're a nice family. We don't talk about such things. Not vaginas, or bodies, or sex, or money, or relationship. Certainly not menopause. So I don't really have a good role model of how to make this look good. And I kind of feel like I'm operating under a lot of myth and misinformation. But maybe that's what's meant by coming into my power. That I actually get to have a vagina. That I get to sweat. That I don't have to use cutesy little names for things that are real and natural and normal. That I don't have to say yes if I mean no, or smile if I'm sad. And that maybe I can even stop apologizing for being me. Well, just to wrap up the research on the Kundalini, it's also described as indescribable, like liquid fire. Maybe intensely hot. Welcome to my life. Can cause insanity or death. Now that sounds like a product warning label, doesn't it?
And now a word from our sponsor.
This spot is brought to you by Kundalini Rising, a new line of products for that special time in a woman's life. Girls, are you tired of those stupid signs that you see on cubicle walls at work that say, it's not a hot flash, it's a power surge? Are you tired of hearing silly slogans like, oh, you brought your own personal summer? Or worse, hearing, honey, did you forget your hormones again? You need this book. My Kundalini is Rising. What's your excuse? It's full of snappy comebacks for the modern woman who sweats. Now, it's fully illustrated, and in fact, page 63 has a particularly useful gesture. Now, girls, did you know that the phrase, never let them see you sweat, was actually coined by a woman going through menopause? It's true. I know you've perfected that hairline swipe and made it look like you're really considering a point that was just made. You've mastered that back of the neck sweat swipe and made it look like you're seriously pondering an important problem. But girls, those upper lips, they're a dead giveaway. Now you could go get Botox, get those little sweat glands paralyzed, and that's the high-end solution, great. But if you want an affordable and effective solution, you need this. Upper lip, antiperspirant on one end, lip gloss on the other. Now this is safe for all skin types and it fits conveniently into your purse or your pocket. The lip gloss comes in 12 shades. This shade is called, you say bitch like it's a bad thing. Now I know winter's on the way. Heck, it's already chilly in the mornings, right? And you're wondering what to do with a body that's hot on one end and cold on the other. Well, you need to try these new tube top foot jammies. Now you're going to love the classic styling and the embellishments, and the special feature unzips to the foot for an emergency escape. Now we've got these tube top foot jammies on special, easy pay, 3 payments of $9.99, but if you order in the next 30 minutes, we're going to take off a payment and you get the matching jacket for free. Now, we need to get you back to your regularly scheduled programming in just a moment, but before we go, I've got a special treat for you tonight. Ladies, you like the nightlife? Yeah? You like to go to the club?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I knew it. Camouflage your hot flashes at the dance club. We have a special video clip tonight of the hot new dance craze, the hot flash hustle. Hit it!
Thank you.